Petri is a generative sample player and drum machine. Its purpose is to choose random samples from a folder and create new sequences and drum loops on the fly. It is very useful for generating advanced beats and phrases in an ultra-quick and intuitive way. You can make IDM and techno beats, minimalist sequences, and glitchy compositions in no time at all. This video will help you to get up and running quickly. The first thing we need to do is load a folder filled with samples. Simply click on the Load Sample Folder button, use the Samples menu in the menu bar, or use the hotkey Command F to load a folder. Petri also supports drag and dropping of folders onto the folder icon. Petri can import up to 8 AIF or WAV files at a time. If you are using mono files, make sure to click the Stereo Mono toggle to engage Petri's dual channel mode, or sound may only come out of the left speaker. Underneath the Load Sample Folder section, you have access to volume and pitch control over each individual sample. Simply sweep through the multi-slider area to alter the sample's values. Click the Reset buttons to return to Petri's default volume and pitch settings. With Petri, you can manually choose new samples for each of its 8 channels using the menus here. Or you can have the application randomly pick new samples for you by using the Randomized Sample button near the menu for single sample randomization. You can also have Petri globally change all 8 samples at once by clicking the Randomize All Samples section in the lower right of the interface. There are mute toggles to the right of the sample displays that you can turn on individually or all at once. Petri can be used like a traditional drum machine or sample player by manually entering sequences into the 8x8 grid on the right side of the screen. But serendipitous creation can easily occur by taking advantage of Petri's randomized sequencing. More than simply choosing purely random sequences, you can control how densely or sparsely you want Petri's matrix to be populated using the probability slider underneath the matrix. Drag the slider to the left, click on the Randomize Sequence button, and sequences are much emptier. To the right, and Petri becomes a solid grid of percussive patterns. Rather than have to choose new sequences and samples manually, you can set up Petri to pick new sounds, create new patterns, and choose new playback pitches automatically. You can set this up independently for each of Petri's 8 playback channels. In this way, you can have some channels choosing new samples, while others are changing their sequences or pitch at different intervals entirely. Simply change the quarter note value on the right of the screen to set up your perfect random system. There's also a roll or flam feature here that will perform a bit of granular synthesis on the selected channel sample. Backing off the volume on channels with roll engaged may be a good idea, unless you prefer your rhythms to be laden with all manner of decadent buzzings and blips. Petri comes with a built-in filtering system featuring low pass, high pass, band stop, and resonant filters. You can sweep through the filter with your mouse. Or you can automate the filter sweeps with 3 built-in LFOs: Triangle, Random 1, which is a purely random sample and hold type LFO, and Random 2, which chooses new values based on a drunken walk. Change the range of sweeping with the range slider underneath the filter, and choose new tempo locked values from the menu. You can also fine-tune the sweep with the number box on the right. Petri has a built-in panic button of sorts located at the top and in the middle of the interface. By clicking it, or pressing Shift-X or Command-X, you can stop all randomization quickly so that you don't lose that fantastic beat or sequence that you're working on. If you want to record Petri's output to disk, just click on the Set Audio Record Path button to choose a safe location, and then click on the Start-Stop Recording toggle. Keep an eye on the elapsed record time so that you don't fill up your entire hard drive. This just scratches the surface of Petri's feature set. With built-in tap tempo, preset saving, reverse playback, MIDI synchronization, and even a bit of rewire included. Petri will be helping you create quirky, funky, and futuristic rhythms and phrases for years to come. Petri retails for just $30, and a free demo is available at Sineqube.com. Petri, the generative drum machine and sample player for culturing new music.